Ramirez is one of the most popular characters in Fortnite, so for today's video, we're going to do a deep dive on how Ramirez has evolved over the years. But first, we need to start at the beginning. No, even before then. Also guys, if y'all would like to see more of this type of content, be sure to hit that like button. It keeps me motivated and it lets me know what kind of videos you like to see. Also, don't forget to use creator code A1. Now, before we take a closer look at the timeline, we should probably answer the question, who is Ramirez? Now, for those of you who played Fortnite before BR was released, you'll already know this, but for those who didn't, Ramirez was the first character you could play as soon as you started the game, and she actually plays a major part in the campaign throughout the entire story, which obviously makes her one of the main characters. So not only is she a main character, but she's also considered to be the lead female soldier, which brings us to our first image. The female character you see on the left was the original concept for the lead female soldier. Obviously, they've made a lot of changes since then, and I'm gonna let the lead art director explain why they made some of those changes.
We got a lot of feedback from publishing groups and a lot of people who were looking at the game feeling like the characters really weren't heroic enough or cool enough to really be appealing to a wide mass market audience. We worked with a lot of different people on these concepts, and eventually we got to this guy, who you might recognize as Jonesy. This was like another aha moment in concept art in the development of our game, where we saw this guy and we're like, hell yeah, that is it. And started to think a little bit more high level about what would a whole entire cast of characters look like, and what do those things look like in a lot of other properties. So we went through all of our existing heroes and we built all the models based off of the concept art that we had. What we found was going back and looking at all these heroes and looking at the concept that they came from, we did them all in this style that was from the original Jonesy concept. And so our first version of this came out pretty cool, is how we felt about it. And we stuck with this for quite a while, and we built out a bunch of our heroes in this style. And the more time we spent with them, the more we kind of realized, like, hey, maybe they're not really as good looking as they should be. It wasn't really looking attractive or appealing. And we even went over some of our character concepts and reinvented them entirely with more of the eye towards the fashion idea of just making them feel like they had cooler, more relatable clothes. I'm sure you guys are disappointed we didn't go with number 4. All we really needed to do was go through and clean up excessive edging and excessive planarization and rework the proportions, but sticking to the same initial character designs. And after going back and redoing everyone in the game, this was our final cast of heroes that we shipped with last summer.
This character we're about to look at was never named Ramirez, but she was considered to be the lead female soldier, which is why I also wanted to include this picture. Because if they had never made changes to this lead female soldier, this could have very well been the Ramirez that we would have gotten. But as you can tell, Ramirez looked a lot different pre-release. Her hips were wider, her hair was shorter, and it's obvious she had some sort of facial reconstruction surgery in between then and now. But this is the Ramirez we would have gotten if they never made changes to her, which fortunately they did. Or unfortunately. You may be into butch, I don't know, it's just not my thing. But I don't judge if it's yours. Anyways, I digress. So during development, they started with the picture on the left, and it eventually evolved to the picture you see on the right. And that's what the lead female soldier looked like before Fortnite was released. They continued to make changes to her until she eventually looked like this. And this is how she looked in the E3 trailer back in June 2017. The next time we would see Ramirez is in the launch cinematic trailer, which was released in early July 2017. So that's what she looked like right before launch. Now just a couple weeks later, Save the World was officially released on July 25th, 2017. And for this part, we're going to load into Save the World and take a look at all of the Ramirez skins that were available at launch. One of them was called Rescue Trooper Ramirez. And this is the character you would play as soon as you started the game. And here's what she looks like up close. We also had a mythic that was available at launch, and her name was Master Grenadier Ramirez. And here's what she looked like in game. And the last skin that was available at Save the World's launch was Commando Ramirez. And that's what Ramirez looked like when Save the World first released. If you purchased the Soldier Upgraded Edition or the Ultimate Edition, you would get the Special Forces Ramirez hero. It should also be noted there were a lot of Ramirez skins that were added over the years, like this Birthday Brigade Ramirez hero that we got for Fortnite's first birthday back in July 2018. Triceratops Ramirez is another example, but I don't want to waste too much time on these because we'll see them again a little bit later on in the timeline. The only reason I'm showing them now is because I wanted to show that they're also in Save the World as well. Ventura Ramirez is another skin that we got later on. Buccaneer Ramirez is another skin we'll see a little bit later in the timeline. We'll also see Chromium Ramirez a little bit later as well. Skull Ranger is another hero that was available in both Save the World and BR. Ghoul Trooper is another Ramirez skin that was in both modes. One thing I should point out when it comes to these Ramirez heroes is that they do have edit styles, but I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time showing each of the edit styles for each of the Ramirez heroes, because in terms of their face, they pretty much all look the same. So that's what Ramirez looked like when Save the World was first released. Now if you were to Google when did Battle Royale release, it'll tell you September 26, 2017. And although the free-to-play version of Battle Royale was released on that day, technically it was released before then on September 13th, available to founders or people who bought Save the World. And during that time, in between September 13th, which was the BR release for founders, and September 26th, which was the free-to-play Battle Royale, there was only one Ramirez skin available, and her name was Recruit Ramirez. But on September 26, 2017, there was a little game mode called Battle Royale. You may have heard of it. Would officially become free to play, so that's when Chapter 1 Season 1 started. 1 month later, we got our first Ramirez skin, and her name was Ghoul Trooper. 1 day later, we got Munitions Expert. On November 11th, we got Commando. And on November 26th, we got Recon Specialist. And those were all of the Ramirez skins we got during Season 1. Chapter 1 Season 2 started on December 15th, 2017. And on that day, we got 2 Ramirez skins. And you won't see Ramirez's face for every skin on this timeline, but I wanted to include all of the skins that are based off of the Ramirez model. So that's why you see Red Knight, as well as Bright Bomber for December 15th. We also got Red Nosed Raider on December 17th and Arctic Assassin on January 19th. On February 9th, we got the Mogul Master skins, as well as all of their variants. And the one thing I want to point out with Chapter 1 Season 2 is that this is the season that got the most Ramirez skins. Anyways, 1 day later, we got Cuddle Team Leader. On February 14th, 2018, we got Blue Team Leader. And those were all of the skins that we got during Chapter 1 Season 2. Chapter 1 Season 3 started on February 22nd, 2018. And on that day, we got 3 Ramirez skins. We got Dazzle, and we also got Elite Agent. And the third one's called Moonwalker. On February 28th, we got Jungle Scout. And on April 3rd, we got Whiplash. On April 8th, we got Dark Vanguard. And in Save the World, she's actually Earhart. But the BR skin that's called Dark Vanguard was based off of the Ramirez character model. And on April 20th, we got Triceratops. And those are all of the Ramirez skins we got during Chapter 1 Season 3. Chapter 1 Season 4 started on May 1st, 2018. And on that day, we got another Ramirez skin called Technique. 3 days later, we got the Nightlight skin. On May 9th, we got the Trailblazer skin. On May 11th, we got Chromium. On June 3rd, we got Rapscallion. On June 8th, 2018, we got the Ventura skin. And on July 3rd, 2018, we got Fireworks Team Leader. Now, although this skin was based off the Ramirez model, earlier this year, on February 22nd, 2024, we did get an edit style for Fireworks Team Leader, which officially changed the character from Ramirez to Sid. But I still wanted to include it because the original Fireworks Team Leader was based off of the Ramirez character model. Chapter 1 Season 5 began on July 12th, 2018, and on that day we got the Redline Ramirez skin. And here's what she looks like without her helmet. Looks like she got a tan. One day later, we got the Fortune skin. And 1 week after that, we got the Dynamo skin. On July 24th, 2018, we got the Rose Team Leader skin. On August 19th, 2018, we got the Panda Team Leader skin. And this is another one that was originally based on the Ramirez character model, but on February 22nd, 2024, they did give her an extra edit style, which changed her character from Ramirez to Sid. On August 31st, we got Chopper. On September 2nd, we got Dreamflower. And on September 23rd, we got Peekaboo. And those are all of the skins we got during Season 5. Chapter 1 Season 6 started on September 27th, 2018. On October 5th, we got Dark Bomber. On October 10th, we got Skull Ranger. On October 21st, 2018, we got Arachne. On November 1st, we got Spooky Team Leader. One day later, we got the Rosa skin, which is one of my favorite Ramirez skins. And on November 16th, we got Elmira. And those are all of the Ramirez skins we got in Chapter 1 Season 6. Chapter 1 Season 7 began on December 6, 2018, and we only got one Ramirez skin during this entire season, and that skin was Frozen Red Knight. And we got her on December 24th, 2018. Chapter 1 Season 8 began February 28th, 2019, and we only received 3 Ramirez skins throughout this entire season. We got Night Witch on March 31st, we got Prickly Patroller on April 4th, and we got Buccaneer on April 10th, 2019. Chapter 1 Season 9 began on May 9th, 2019, and during the 9th season, we only received 3 Ramirez skins. On June 9th, we got Desert Dominator. On July 7th, we got Beach Bomber. And on July 26th, we got World Warrior. And those are all of the Ramirez skins we got during Chapter 1 Season 9. Chapter 1 Season 10 began on August 1st, 2019, or better known as Season X. And on that day, we got another Ramirez skin called Tilted Technique. On August 9th, we got the Facet skin, which is another skin that doesn't look like Ramirez, but is based off of the Ramirez character model. On August 11th, we got the Bubble Bomber. On August 17th, we got the Recon Ranger. On August 27th, we got the Corrupted Voyager. On September 12th, we got the Dark Red Knight. And on October 5th, 2019, we got the Manic skin. And those are all of the Ramirez skins we got from the first chapter. Anyways, Chapter 2 Season 1 began on October 15th, 2019. And on that day, we got a new Recruit Ramirez skin. Shortly after, there was an unreleased skin called Brilliant Bomber. On November 8th, we got Dark Triceratops. On December 6th, 2019, we got Bundles. On December 25th, we got PJ Patroller. On January 19th, 2020, we got the Hellstorm skin. And there was also another placeholder skin called Recruit that was added during this season. Also, if we take a second to zoom out, you'll notice we don't get that many Ramirez skins compared to before. Now, we did not receive a Ramirez skin during Chapter 2 Season 2 or Chapter 2 Season 3, but we did get 4 Ramirez skins during Chapter 2 Season 4, which began on August 27th, 2020. And this first skin is called Corrupted Arachne, and that was released on September 22nd, 2020. We got 2 skins on October 20th. One is called Arachne Couture, and this next one is called Night Surf Bomber. And on November 5th, we got the Vintage Ramirez skin. Anyways, Chapter 2 Season 5 began on December 2nd, 2020. And on that day, we got a Ramirez skin called Galaxia. On February 19th, 2021, we got the Bright Storm Bomber skin. So only 2 skins during Chapter 2 Season 5. Chapter 2 Season 6 started March 16th, 2021. And during this season, we only got 2 skins. This first one is called Trinity Trooper, which was released on March 22nd. And on May 27th, we got the Champion skin. Chapter 2 Season 7th began on June 8th, 2021, and we only received 1 Ramirez skin during this entire season, and that skin is called Sparkle Skull, and we received that on August 6th, 2021. Chapter 2 Season 8 began on September 13th, 2021. On September 21st, we got Unchained Ramirez. On November 2nd, we got Guerrera Colorado, and on November 3rd, we got Minty Bomber. Chapter 3 Season 1 began on December 5th, 2021, and during that season, we only received 1 Ramirez skin, and that skin was Infantry Commander, and she was released on December 5th, 2021. Chapter 3 Season 2 began on March 20th, 2022, and during that season, we only received 2 Ramirez skins. This first one is called Bright, and she was released on April 24th, 2022, and the second one is called Ramirez Redux, and she was released on May 29th, 2022. And this is when we start seeing changes made, and we'll compare these changes towards the end of the video. But those are all of the skins we got during Chapter 3 Season 2. Chapter 3 Season 3 began on June 4th, 2022, and we only received 2 Ramirez skins during this season. This first one is called Blizzard Bomber, and she was released on June 11th, 2022. We also got Risky Raider on July 15th. We didn't receive any Ramirez skins during Chapter 3 Season 4, but we did get 1 Ramirez skin during Chapter 4 Season 1, which began on December 3rd, 2022. And the skin we received during this season is called Bright Star, and we got her on February 19th, 2023. Technically, we didn't get any Ramirez skins during the OG season, but there was one that was made during that time, and it was part of the F1 Racer set, but that ended up getting removed, so we didn't get any Ramirez skins during the OG season. Chapter 5 Season 1 began on December 3rd, 2023, and during that season, we got a total of 3 Ramirez skins. The first one is called Lane Splitter. We got her on December 8th. On December 9th, we got Cord Commander Ramirez, and on February 18th, 2024, we got the Warfare skin. Chapter 5 Season 2 began on March 9th, 2024. And during this season, we got 2 Ramirez skins. This first one is called Bright Agent, and she was released on March 13th, 2024. And the second one is called Discotheque Manic, and we got her on March 22nd, 2024. Anyways, Chapter 5 Season 3 began on May 24th, 2024. And during that season, we got the Bright Raider skin, and we got her on May 24th, 2024. And those are all of the skins that are based off the Ramirez character model that are currently in Fortnite. If we zoom back on our timeline, you'll notice we received majority of the skins during Chapter 1, and you'll notice that number has gone down drastically over the last couple of chapters. And the reason I think we haven't gotten that many Ramirez skins lately is because they have a lot new character models to work with, and we also have a lot more collabs now compared to before. So there's not really a need for Ramirez skins like there used to be. Now, the last thing I want to do before I go is compare some of the major changes that were made to Ramirez over the years. So starting off with the far left, we have the original concept for the lead female soldier. During development, they ended up changing her to the second option that you see. We got the Ramirez you see in the middle from Save the World cutscenes once Fortnite was launched. To the right of that, you'll see how Ramirez looked throughout Chapter 1, and Chapter 3 was the last time we saw them make changes to the Ramirez skin. By the way things are going, she'll most likely look like this by next year. But that's it. That's how Ramirez has evolved. From the early concept designs during development to the Ramirez you see today. Definitely one of my favorite Fortnite characters. But let me know in the comments what you all think about Ramirez and the changes they made to her over the years. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Before I go, I did want to give a huge shout out to everybody who's been using creator code A1. And I also wanted to give a shout out to our YouTube members. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.
Been a go, but it's some stuff I won't let her do. If I get to shooting this RPG, I need props like a stepper. Let's do it. They tried to get me with spike traps, they know I'm like that, smooth like a criminal. If they try to bite, I'ma bite back, then I just swipe that, I need residuals.